Hello everyone, it's Brian from Earth to Hearth, and today I want to talk about just a little garden hack that you can use that's cheap and easy and actually works. Unfortunately, I think most garden hacks end up being solutions in search of a problem, where you just kind of throw something together and sure it works, but is it actually something that is really useful? Today, something that I think is really just a useful general purpose tool around the garden are little wooden skewers. So today, one of the things I use these a lot for is just as little stakes. So when you're getting started with plants in pots, especially as they're small and young, it's a really great, cheap, easy way, especially if you don't have any others lying around, or if you use them all. They're just something that I always have around, lying around. They're cheap, they're wood. Just do a little twist tie around them. And this pepper now has a little bit of a stake. Now they're in the greenhouse, so they're not really getting a whole lot of wind, but it does just kind of keep them growing upright. So another useful thing is when you got 6-cell trays. And I like to really use this when you're starting. It's great for poking holes. You can mark the depth on here. There's a marker, so if you need to plant it 1 inch, you can go in the dirt 1 inch, or it's less, especially for really small holes. I got really fat fingers. I find it trouble. So it's really nice and easy just to kind of poke a hole depth in there. Other things I actually really like. This 2-pack is great because you get these fatter ones, and they have this little paddle on the end. These are really good for just applying stuff. Like if you have any sort of like wound seal for when you're pruning a tree or something, or doing any grafting or anything like that, this is really great for just kind of applying that, especially when you have smaller cracks to get into where a bigger spatula just kind of gets in the way and can't really do it. It's just nice and nimble. These thicker ones are a little sturdier, so you can use them as well for a little bit thicker plants. Again, it's not great for as they get tall, but when you're dealing with little guys like this and smaller that just need a little bit of support to keep straight, these are great, and they're really cheap. You can find them pretty much in every store is going to have them. They're wood, they biodegrade. There's really nothing you have to worry about there. Again, they're food safe, so it's not like there's any chemicals or anything you got to chores. I use these all the time. These are probably one of my really best multi-purpose garden hack tools that we use around here sort of every year. It lasts a while. There's lots of them. Like I say, we're probably 3/4 of the way through of these guys, about halfway through of these. And I bought this probably a year or two ago. And you can still use them for skewers. You still use them for cooking. So it's not like that use goes away, but it's just way easier. And it's cheap. Okay, there we go. Now they're all staked. You don't have to watch me do the boring stuff. But yeah, all these little guys all got stakes. Yeah, not meant for long term, but cheap and easy. And another thing, it's not really a hack per se, but since we're already here with the greenhouse, it's not really worth doing its own video on. As these grow, there's multiple ways you can do it to kind of take these low tunnels and extend the height, but just by doing little cinder blocks on the bottom. Now I was gonna do for normal cinder blocks, but of course at our home improvement store, they were out of normal ones, so they had like retaining wall type ones, and then these little quad ones that everyone's using for doing garden beds, which I think is great if you don't have tools and stuff. Those things are a nice, cheap, easy way to get a garden bed put together real quick. Though I prefer using brackets and screwing everything together. A little more secure, but hey, it works. But for here, it's just an easy way to kind of keep adding height. I'll probably get four more here for this one. The one of the peppers here, they're all still a lot smaller, so I haven't put it up, but there's enough room to put all 4 corners on here. And so yeah, it's just a great way to add height